same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. They check it to 10. Hey.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Mike 57. Hey, we gotta get to the ball. Man, 80. Let's keep moving.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And Dalton to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Avery Williamson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
We're going to
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Off of play action, Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's good for Jets. First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here goes Hunt. Red 80. 52, Mike, 52. We ain't giving him this Hunt.
A first down throw, Darnold. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over them. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
53, Mike.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. And it's 3rd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Darnold from the gun. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And after the punt, they have a long way to go if they want to tie this football game.
And when you say a long way to go, you mean the full 99 yards backed up almost as far as you can be. And they also have to be aware that the defense is going to come after them. A lot of defense will blitz and attack in this situation, hoping to cause a little bit of havoc.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're still looking at 0 on the scoreboard, and they're going to be hard-pressed to do anything with his field position as they'll start at their 1-yard line.
This almost feels like you're trying.
And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, it's Darnold. And Anderson's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 13. Check 13. Watch the safety creep. Watch it.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And an alley to run. Le'Veon Bell, kiss him goodbye, and all the way in, touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, and the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. 368. That's the way. Hey, alert 3. Alert 3. Yeah, 5-6.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Get that quarterback. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
It's a big run that time by Bell. 64 yards. The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They loved it.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up.
And it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with a tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. To throw here, Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Dalton here from the gun. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson. 91 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Mixon running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Dalton now to pass. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Cordray Tankersley, the one who got a hand in there, knocked it away.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. From the 29, Darnold. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Bird. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming, young lady.
Darnold. A screen to Bell. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
52. It's going to be a long
3rd and 2, Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Bell. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. Darnold on 1st down. Going for it all. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And some room to work. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. It's an 89-yard kick return as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will get him one closer. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. But now it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. To throw on 3rd down. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And that was some effort, but it would appear that he's going to come up about a yard short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a bit of a daunting task here for this offense as they'll start out at the 1-yard line.
I guess you could easily say there's a whole lot of real estate in front of them if they want to achieve their goal, which is get to the other end zone.
Yeah, 99 yards to go if they want to do just that. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And they work this out past the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
57.
They'll run on 1st down with Cannon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong time.
Now it's Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Darnold now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Bell. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Darnold now to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the 1st down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No 1st down.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back. Hey.
Throwing again. Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Kill, lady. Joker. Here we go. Kill.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down. Darnold now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. This is Bell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Now Darnold. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Preston Brown, there to knock that one away. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Here goes Hut.
Watch 57. Focus, defense, focus.
Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will make the lead now 26. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they...
Now a hit and a loose football. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Hey, check Mike 57.
Throwing, Dalton, finding Green complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Dalton. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Dalton, 1st and 10.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw.
Bernard churning, and he lost the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. He's going to try and go deep again. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Back to throw, Darnold. Over the middle, complete. It's Bird. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
Watch, here we go. Man, 80. Man, 80. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, watch delay.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's the bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bird. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On first down, Bell. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
36, pull it high. Switch it, come on, switch it.
To throw is Darnold. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. Here's Darnold. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
44. Here goes.
Throwing again. Dalton. Green brings it in. Through an opening, and there he goes. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A big play. Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green. 66 yards. Here's Dalton. And his throw is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
We own it.
To throw again. Dalton. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. They'll run with Cannon. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Cannon. Nifty move. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle. And that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And Darnold wants to throw the football. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Here I come again. 57 to Mike.
After the sack on first down, Darnold throwing right, and that's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 37 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Darnold flushed out right, and he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Second and goal from the 1. On second down, this is Cannon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember
Giovanni Bernard, nothing but green grass. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Not a whole lot to recap on that. Oh, this is blocked. And the Jets have got it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
So even when they get a touchdown in this game, which hasn't really been a stellar contest for them, they can't even cap it off and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just not a whole lot going right for them in this game.
I know that when they get into film, this is going to be Exhibit A about how this game went for this team. Oh, we finally score. Can't even kick the extra point.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything